All right, let's dive into this DeepSeek V3, this new large language model that's pretty fascinating,
Yeah.
making some waves, to say the least.
Yeah.
We got the research paper right here. It's a beast. But don't worry, we're going to break it down
Absolutely.
and really try to extract the good stuff. Think of it as kind of like, I don't know, decoding the secrets of a powerful AI brain. We're your AI translators.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Sure.
I think what's impressive about this model is that it's both massive and incredibly efficient. You can almost imagine it as a team of specialized AI experts,
Yeah.
all with their own unique skills,
Yeah.
coming together to solve a problem. That's essentially how DeepSeek V3 operates.
Okay, so it's not just about like throwing a ton of data at a giant model. It's
Mhm.
about using those resources intelligently. So tell me a bit more about this team of experts idea.
Right. It's called a mixture of experts, MOE model. And it's one of the key innovations that makes DeepSeek V3 so powerful. So instead of activating all 671 billion parameters for every single task, it selectively activates only the experts that are relevant for a specific input. So this approach, it's really clever, actually, allows it to handle a wide range of tasks with remarkable efficiency.
So it's kind of like having a massive toolbox, but
Yeah.
instead of like lugging around every tool, you just grab the ones you need for a particular job. That's genius. I bet that makes a huge difference in terms of like speed and performance.
It does, absolutely. And here's another big win, I think, for the open source community. DeepSeek V3 is accessible to everyone. Unlike some of its big closed source competitors, anyone can download it, experiment with it, and even build upon DeepSeek V3.
That's a game changer. I
Yeah.
mean, it really democratizes access to cutting edge AI technology. Now, I'm dying to know how they train this model. The paper mentions something like 14.8 trillion tokens. That's mind boggling.
It is. To put that in perspective, that's like feeding the model the entire Library of Congress
Mm-hmm.
multiple times over. And they didn't just, throw raw data at it. They used some really innovative techniques to make sure the model learned as much as possible from every single token.
Okay, what kind of techniques are we talking about here?
Well, one key technique is called multi-token prediction, or MTP. So instead of predicting just one word at a time, the model is trained to predict multiple words, or even like entire phrases at once. It's almost like reading ahead in a book to kind of get a better understanding of the context.
So it's learning to think more like a human, considering the bigger picture, instead of just like focusing on individual words. That's fascinating. I bet that also like speeds up the learning process.
It does, exactly. And they also implemented another clever trick called FP8 training, which essentially allows them to use a smaller, more efficient data format during the training process. So this is a huge win for speed and efficiency. Think of it like compressing a giant file
Yeah.
without losing any of the important information.
So they're optimizing on multiple levels, both in terms of the algorithms and like the way the data is processed. It's like they found a secret shortcut to training powerful AI models. I'm curious, did this focus on efficiency? Did that impact the cost at all?
It absolutely did. The researchers were able to train DeepSeek V3 for around $5.6 million, which is remarkably low for a model of this scale.
Wow, that's a fraction of what some of the other large language models have cost. It's really amazing what they were able to achieve. Was it such a tight budget?
It really highlights their commitment to both performance and accessibility. They didn't just want to build a powerful model, they wanted to make it accessible to a wider audience.
That's what makes this so exciting. It's not just another AI breakthrough locked away in a research lab. It's a tool that anyone can use to explore the possibilities of this incredible technology. Speaking of incredible, they've packed some pretty impressive innovations into this model. Let's dive into those.
Okay, well, one innovation that really stands out is something called multi-head latent attention, or MLA for short.
Okay, MLA. That sounds pretty technical.
Yeah.
Break it down for us.
Essentially, MLA is like a built-in memory saver. It allows the model to process information efficiently during inference, meaning it doesn't need as much memory to run. This is a huge advantage, especially for people who don't have access to massive computing resources.
So it's like they've made DeepSeek V3 more portable, allowing it to run smoothly on a wider range of devices. But what about all those AI experts? How do they make sure they're all working together effectively?
That's where auxiliary loss-free load balancing comes in. It's a fancy way of saying that they've designed a system to make sure the workload is evenly distributed among those experts. This prevents any one expert from becoming a bottleneck and ensures that the model runs smoothly and efficiently.
It's like having a well-coordinated team where everyone knows their role and contributes equally. No slackers allowed. But with a model this complex, I bet they had to come up with some clever tricks
They did?
to optimize performance.
They did. They implemented a technique called recomputation, which essentially allows the model to reuse certain computations instead of having to start from scratch each time. And this further reduces the memory footprint without sacrificing performance.
So they're really squeezing every ounce of efficiency out of this model. It's remarkable, and I hear the results are pretty impressive.
They are. Benchmark tests show that DeepSeek v3 is not only outperforming other open source models, but it's also challenging some of the closed source giants in the AI world. It's especially strong in areas like code generation and math problem solving. They even tested it on real exams like the AA and the CNMO, and the results were astounding.
That's incredible. It sounds like DeepSeek V3 is a real powerhouse. So
Mhm.
let's talk about what this all means in the real world. What kind of applications are we talking about? How can this technology be used to make like a tangible impact?
Well, one area where DeepSeek v3 could really shine is in code assistance. Imagine a world where developers have an AI partner that can suggest code snippets, identify potential bugs, and even generate entire functions based on natural language descriptions.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. That would be a game changer for software development. It would make coding more accessible, efficient, and maybe even a little less frustrating.
Exactly. And it's not just about professional developers. DeepSeek v3 could also be used to create educational tools that make learning to code more engaging and interactive.
I love that idea. Interactive coding tutorials powered by AI. Sign me up. What about other applications beyond coding? I know chatbots and conversational AI are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Could DeepSeek V3 play a role there?
Absolutely. Its ability to understand and generate human-like text makes it ideal for creating more natural and engaging chatbots. Think of the possibilities. Customer service bots that can actually understand your problems, virtual assistants that can help you with complex tasks, even AI companions that can provide emotional support.
Wow, the potential is huge. And its multilingual capabilities mean these chatbots could communicate with people from all over the world. It's like breaking down language barriers with the power of AI.
And we can't forget about the potential impact on research and scientific discovery. DeepSeek v3's ability to process and analyze vast amounts of information could accelerate research in fields like medicine, physics, and climate science.
It's like giving scientists a superpowered research assistant. But I also know that deploying a model as powerful as DeepSeek V3 isn't exactly a walk in the park. Can you tell us a bit about the challenges involved?
You're right, DeepSeek v3 requires a pretty hefty setup with multiple nodes, GPUs, and some serious computational muscle.
So it's not exactly something you can just download and run on your laptop.
Not quite. But the researchers have come up with some clever strategies to make deployment as efficient as possible. For instance, they found ways to separate what they call the pre-filling stage, where the model is loaded and prepared for use, from the decoding stage, where it actually generates text. This helps to optimize performance and minimize latency.
It's like streamlining the AI pipeline, making sure everything flows smoothly. And I hear they've also implemented this concept of redundant experts to further enhance efficiency.
Yes.
Can you explain what that means?
Sure. Might sound counterintuitive, but by strategically duplicating certain experts within the model, they can ensure that the workload is evenly balanced and prevent bottlenecks. This helps to keep everything running smoothly, even under heavy load.
So it's like having a backup team, ready to step in if the primary team gets overloaded. Smart. I'm really impressed by the level of thought and engineering that's gone to every aspect of DeepSeek V3, from its innovative architecture to its efficient deployment strategy.
It's clear that the researchers haven't just focused on building a powerful AI model. They've also thought carefully about how to make it accessible and practical for real-world applications.
And that's what makes DeepSeek V3 so exciting. It's not just another AI research project. It's a tool that has the potential to transform the way we code, communicate, conduct research, and even interact with technology.
It's a glimpse into a future where AI is more than just a buzzword. It's an integral part of our lives, empowering us to do more, learn more, and create more than ever before.
So I'm really curious to hear more about these benchmark results you mentioned. How does DeepSeek V3 actually stack up against other models?
Well, one of the key benchmarks they used is called Human Eval. It's designed to test a model's ability to generate working code from, natural language descriptions.
Okay.
And DeepSeek v3 scored a pretty impressive 53.7% on this test.
That's incredible. So basically, like, I could give it a plain English description of what I want a piece of code to do, and it could actually write that code for me.
Essentially, yes. It's not just about, writing simple scripts. DeepSeek V3 has demonstrated an ability to understand complex programming concepts and generate some pretty sophisticated code.
I bet that has some pretty significant implications for the future of software development.
Absolutely. It can dramatically speed up development cycles, reduce errors, and even allow people with limited coding experience to create software.
That's really exciting. And it sounds like DeepSeek V3 is not just limited to code generation. You also mentioned it excelled at math problem solving. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So they tested DeepSeek V3 on some notoriously challenging math competitions, including the American Invitational Mathematics Examination, AI, and the Chinese National High School Mathematics Olympiad, CNMO.
Okay, those are some seriously tough exams. How did it do?
It actually performed incredibly well. On the AM, for example, its score was good enough to place it among the top participants.
Wow, so it's not just like crunching numbers, it's demonstrating a deep understanding of like mathematical concepts and problem-solving strategies. That's pretty remarkable for an AI.
It is. And its performance on the CNMO, which is in Chinese, showcases its ability to handle mathematical reasoning across different languages.
It's like a multilingual math whiz. I'm starting to see why there's so much buzz around DeepSeek V3. It seems to be excelling in a pretty wide range of tasks. What about its ability to understand and process long chunks of text? That's becoming increasingly important, in today's world of information overload.
That's a great point. And DeepSeek V3 doesn't disappoint in this area either, thanks in part to a technique called YARN, which kind of extends its context window. DeepSeek V3 can handle sequences of up to 128,000 tokens.
Whoa, okay. Help me wrap my head around that. What does that mean in practical terms?
It means it can process and understand lengthy documents, articles, even entire books.
Wow, so it's not just skimming the surface, it's diving deep into the meaning and context of some pretty complex texts.
Exactly. And this opens up all sorts of possibilities in areas like document summarization, question answering, and even creative writing. Imagine being able to ask DeepSeek V3 to summarize, like a complex scientific paper, or generate a short story based on a specific theme.
That would be amazing. It really sounds like DeepSeek V3 is truly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. And the fact that it's open source makes it even more impactful. Anyone can access this technology and explore its potential.
That's right. And we're already seeing a wave of innovation as developers and researchers around the world start to experiment with DeepSeek V3. It's really exciting to think about the possibilities.
Absolutely. But let's not forget that deploying a model as powerful as DeepSeek V3 can be a challenge. It requires some significant computational resources and careful planning.
You're right. It's not something you can just run on your average laptop.
Hmm.
However, the researchers behind DeepSeek V3 have taken this into consideration and developed some pretty clever strategies to make deployment as efficient as possible.
So they're not just focused on the model itself, they're thinking about the entire ecosystem and how to make it practical for real-world use.
Exactly. And their insights into deployment strategies and hardware optimization are almost as valuable as the model itself. They're sharing their knowledge and helping to pave the way for more efficient and accessible AI in the future.
That's fantastic. So they're not just building a powerful AI, they're also helping to shape the future
Yeah.
of AI development and deployment. I love that. And it all circles back to their commitment to making AI accessible to a wider audience.
Precisely. They believe that AI should be a tool for everyone, not just a select few with access to massive computing resources.
I think that's a really important message, and it's one of the things that makes DeepSeek V3 so special. It's a symbol of the incredible progress being made in AI, and it's a testament to the power of open source collaboration.
It's a reminder that we're all part of this AI revolution, and we all have a role to play in shaping its future.
Well said. I'm feeling pretty inspired right now. DeepSeek V3 is clearly a remarkable achievement, both in terms of its technical capabilities and its potential impact on the world.
It's an exciting time to be following the developments in AI, and I have a feeling we're only just scratching the surface
Yeah.
of what's possible.
One of the things that really strikes me about this DeepSeek V3 is that it's open source. It's not hidden away in some corporate lab. It's out there for anyone to use, modify, build upon.
Yeah, really is. And that open source philosophy is at the heart of what makes DeepSeek V3 so impactful. It's democratizing access to cutting-edge AI. It allows researchers, developers, startups, even just hobbyists to contribute to the advancement of this technology.
It's like opening the floodgates of innovation. I bet we're going to see a surge of new and exciting AI applications emerge as more people get their hands on DeepSeek V3.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the quantity of applications. It's about the diversity of perspectives and ideas that will be brought to the table. People from all over the world, with different backgrounds and experiences, using DeepSeek V3 to solve problems in ways we might never have imagined.
It's like a global brainstorming session powered by AI. That's a pretty powerful image. And it really underscores the potential of DeepSeek V3 to not only advance the field of AI, but to actually make a difference in the world.
I completely agree. It has the potential to level the playing field,
Yeah.
give individuals and organizations that might not have had access to such sophisticated AI the tools they need to innovate and compete.
This feels like a turning point in the evolution of AI. It's moving beyond the realm of research labs and big tech companies and becoming a truly global phenomenon.
It really is an exciting time to be involved in this field, and DeepSeek V3 is leading the charge towards a more open, accessible, and collaborative future for AI.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into DeepSeek V3. We've covered a lot of ground, from its innovative architecture and impressive capabilities to its potential to revolutionize everything, from software development to scientific research.
It's been a fascinating exploration, I think it's safe to say. The DeepSeek V3 is more than just another AI model. It's a symbol of the incredible progress being made in this field, and a testament to the power of human ingenuity and collaboration.
I think it's also a reminder that AI is not some distant, futuristic concept. It's here, it's evolving rapidly, and it really does have the potential to transform our world in some pretty profound ways.
And with open source initiatives like DeepSeek V3 paving the way, that future looks brighter than ever.
Well, thank you for guiding us through this deep dive. Your insights have been invaluable.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to explore DeepSeek V3 for yourselves and imagine the possibilities. Who knows? You might just be the one to create the next groundbreaking AI application.